Hey, everybody, welcome to the After NADA recap edition of Mobile Service Monday. And I am here, as always, with my co-host, Jeremy Stevens, Remote Operations Director of Bozard Ford Lincoln. And today, we're going to turn the tables. And Jeremy's going to ask the questions, and I'm going to have to try to answer them without knowing what the questions are beforehand. So before we dive into that, a big thank you to our sponsor, Spiffy, the category-defining mobile service operating system for dealers. Spiffy equips dealers with software, van upfits, training, and proven launch blueprints to rapidly scale mobile repair orders, revenue, and profits. It's built by operators for operators. Spiffy was designed from the ground up to solve real-world challenges in mobile service, from limited base space to operational complexity, and you can find out more at getspiffy.com.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy, I'm ready to go.
You're ready? So I'm going to say I'm your NADA recovery support person.
Excellent. There we go. I like it.
So I do want to confirm some chatter that I've heard. They said that they were, because of last year and the great, New Orleans getting frozen over, they said the attendance was a lot more than what it was before. So did you witness the tight halls and the no elbow rooms?
I did not go last year, thank God. But I can tell you, compared to other years, it was packed. Both in terms of number of vendors there, both halls were full. I didn't see any empty spaces at all for another booth. And the number of people that were there, it was packed. I don't know if they've released numbers yet, but I would guess it's in excess of 20,000 people that were there. There was a lot.
Well, yeah, from what I went to last year, with it, a lot of flights got delayed.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen pictures of it this year. I was like, I was able to walk down any hall or anything and have it was almost like COVID times where everybody was spaced like 10 feet apart. But looking at the pictures now, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like walking through fairgrounds or
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was
everywhere.
Mm-hmm. It was crowded halls. That's for sure. They could have used to turn the AC up a little touch. It was a little toasty walking around there.
That's right. Sweat them all out. So of all the things you saw, did you see anything new or cool or something upcoming that kind of shocked you?
So there was this thing I hadn't heard anything about called AI. That apparently is a big thing right now. Yes, it's this new thing that AI was everywhere, absolutely everywhere. There were from the what most people assimilate with the voice AI companies that were there, to robot companies that were there. There was a company, I don't think it was actually an AI robot company, but they had robots there that people were putting VR headsets on and boxing each other with. That was kind of fun. I got some video of that. I'll get that posted up. That was kind of fun. I would not have wanted to be in one of the booths around them because they were really loud with their announcing and yelling, but it was cool to see. I will tell you, here's the thing, and I said this on FOM earlier this week. The coolest thing that I saw there has nothing to do with really running a dealership. It was like a Keurig coffee machine type machine. Wasn't Keurig. It made soft serve ice cream.
Oh, really?
So coolest thing comes in. It was the ice cream is in a can like the size of a Red Bull can, that skinny kind of tall can. It goes into the top of the machine and locks in, and then the machine makes the ice cream, but it makes it from inside the can and dispenses it into the bowl. So the food never touches the machine itself. It only touches that can, which comes out and gets thrown away. So the machine never gets dirty. And the ice cream was delicious. So this guy, the company happens to be based about 40 minutes away from me. And he's in a bunch of offices and things. He's in a Toyota dealership. down half hour or so away from me. But that's what he's looking to do, is get them into waiting rooms
That's pretty neat. So it
dealerships.
starts in a little can. I wonder if we put that on a mobile van.
You easily could. I'm
Little
telling
ice
you,
cream.
the machine, Jeremy, is a little bit bigger than what a Keurig coffee machine is on your counter at home. It was not that big. That would be really cool. You guys out there giving ice cream and tire rotations. That'd be great.
It wouldn't mix too good, but so that's pretty wild though. It's like I like stuff like that. People thinking outside the box and an ice cream machine from a can. That's pretty
absolutely.
cool.
So it was I brought as one of the few cards I brought home. It's called Cold Snap, is the name of the company. It's coldsnap.com.
So out of all the cool AI stuff and all the new products, your top thing is the ice cream machine.
Ice cream machine. That's the winner. That's the winner. I mean, obviously there was a lot of cool, a lot of cool tech there. It was cool to see. UVI had a whole machine all set up there, which it's wild the amount of information and data that they pull from a 2-second scan of a car driving through there, right? All AI driven. And then it puts it up on a kiosk that's in the waiting room. So the customer, seconds after they drive their car in, can see all this information about their car. Leaks underneath it. It shows tire conditions. Yes, it shows dents and scratches and things. Maybe it's stuff they didn't even know they had, but rim scuffs that give advisors an opportunity to sell a wheel service and things. Just it's amazing the amount of data that it pulls in, and they win best swag because they had little stuffed animal unicorns.
Look at that.
That's best swag. Spiffy's right behind him. Spiffy had these super cute little penguin keychains. So Spiffy's right behind him, but I gotta give this one to UVI with the big unicorn. That's their new mascot. So
everybody comes back with 3 suitcases of little plush toys.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. So how was the chatter with? So you and I have been talking mobile service for quite a while now, and just looking over, LinkedIn and a lot of the social medias. Last year, it was kind of, you heard a little chatter on it, but it seems like this year there's a lot more chatter on it. So what did you hear anything at the convention? Yeah,
a lot more talk about mobile service. Obviously the Spiffy was there, Kirby was there, GM had I did an interview from their booth, and they have a cool new, I don't know what the heck it is, a Trax. It's like an SUV kind of thing, but they had it all set up for mobile service for more metro areas that can't accommodate the big vans, but that they could still. It was really, I couldn't believe how much they packed into this. Like the oil and the waste tanks and things are in the back seat because the back seat is taken out of it, and so
that's neat. So they have a waste oil tank in there.
That's neat. And then it's doing the oil changes, the non-traditional way of sucking the oil out so it can get done quicker, and they don't have to carry a drain bucket with them in a car. So it was cool to see that. There was some other things with equipment for mobile service, different types of jacks and that stuff. You guys have a lot of that cool stuff as it is. But definitely it was in the forefront, right? As opposed to just something you heard a little bit about. One of my videographers who knows nothing about automotive, the second day that we walked in, said, he's like, it feels like this place is like 90% fixed operations. And I was like, that's interesting to hear you say that, because it's not number one, but it was a much higher percentage of fixed operations booths and companies. I said, but you could have walked in here 3-5 years ago and barely found anything for fixed operations in here, right?
Yeah.
So it was interesting to hear him, who, he hears fixed ops from me, but he doesn't really understand, especially going to an NADA, what he's going to see, and thinking that it was that much fixed ops that he was seeing around him.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty cool they brought the tracks out for GM, because last year they had the big old panel van.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty cool that they regrouped that, because a lot of times when you're talking mobile, you don't think about some of the situations you want to be in, like parking garages and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Where those vans will not, you can squeeze a van in there, but you'll probably get stuck, and then you'll have to flatten the tires to get it out. But,
yeah, and that was exactly like one of the things that they talked about was, in areas, urban areas like LA, they're like a lot of times it's a parking garage you have to go do the service in, and you just can't drive a van in there. So it's not feasible to bring a customer's car out. There's no way to put it on the street to be able to do the service. So you've got to be able to get into the parking garage to do it.
Yeah, but I know there's always, and the oil extraction is a big thing too now, because there's so many different tools now. They got the one that can go down the dipstick, and then they also got the one that everybody's pushing now with the special drain plug, and actually sucking it through that side of it.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it seems more effective to do it that way, right? Getting at the bottom. Gravity is what gravity is. That's where the oil's going to be, is down at the bottom. But being able to extract it rather than drain it, anytime we're taking the chance of having a spill out, or at least reducing that percentage, it's good for everybody.
It definitely is, and that's one thing where we've tested out several of them, trying to find the best one. And it's like, it seems like, there's always a front runner, the one that's going up through the dipstick tube, but that one that's, the special drain plug, that one's catching on a lot of people's eyes, and to the point where, I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe somebody that has a Mercedes dealership would tell us, but I'm pretty sure Mercedes is starting to install those drain plugs in now, or there was some chatter about that.
From the factory?
We'll have to check with a Mercedes manufacturer and see. But that was, because they're the ones that are really pushing that in the beginning. That would be pretty slick.
Yeah, absolutely it would. And what a way to indoctrinate your customers into mobile service, right? Like your car is literally set up for mobile service already when you buy it.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That is cool. I like that.
So what else? So you said AI. So it looks like it's almost like there's a race to be the king of AI. So how is the voice AI, the telephone AI? Because I know there's always been a little issues with that, because it's not 100% yet, but it's getting close. So have you talked to any people that actually has figured that piece of it out?
Yeah, so we talked to a bunch of different companies. I can tell you, we talked to Rosie Cray, who's a service director for McGovern Auto, and we talked to her at the Mia booth, and they use Mia at McGovern, and she was telling us she actually has customers that come in and ask to speak with Mia after they've made an appointment through the system. She's like, the system is that good that people think it's a real person when they come in. And she said, if they come in like that, she said, we don't even tell them you were talking to an AI. We tell them Mia's at lunch, but Joe will help you, whoever it is that's going to help her. So,
had to come up with a fake picture of employee of the month. Mia.
Mia. Yeah, absolutely. So, they're getting really good. The human sound of it is there, right? Yeah. You can tell the human sound. The latency, the time between when the human stops talking and the AI starts talking has come down into more of a normal type of cadence. So you don't notice it with that as much. Where you start to notice it is when it's a request the AI just can't figure out. Right. Or the AI gets tied up in one of the appointment schedulers and can't complete the appointment. It's starting to become more of those issues that are the barriers rather than the tech. The tech is there. It's working and working well. Now it's the barrier of the technology that it has to interact with that's holding it back.
Yeah, I've heard some dealerships having some issues with AI when they start listening to it, because if the customer's talking, or if they're having a radio in the background, or somebody's
Yes.
talking them in there, I know it can confuse it. And I know, and it's just a matter of time before they kind of figure that piece of it out.
Yeah, that is one of the things that all of the voice AI companies will tell you. Like, background noise is a big problem for them.
Especially if they listen to some kind of news channel, and then it's like, yeah, it seems like you're mad. Maybe you should call back.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure you've even noticed it driving in your car. It happens to me if I'm listening to a podcast and they say something about Google, it'll activate my Google Assistant in the car, and I'm like, I didn't ask for you. The podcast asked for you. So it's the same thing with those AIs. They're there to listen and just take that word and figure out what to do with it, and they don't know whether it's Jeremy talking or the host of CNN. So
it's never done. Well, good deal. Well,
yeah.
How about anything else? Did anything else jump out at you while you were there?
Yeah, I mean, what jumps out at me is what jumps out at me every year, which is the sheer amount of companies that are serving automotive. Right? Like they added, I think the number was 117 booths this year. Added 117 booths. It's like both halls completely full. And if you've been there and you know how giant those halls are, like, that's a lot of space. And it's a lot of space with companies that have pretty big booths, right? So they're doing something. And that's what always strikes me there, is just the sheer volume of companies that are there. I saw everything from insurance for car dealers to mergers and acquisitions companies to ice cream makers, to companies like UVI and the voice AI systems, or the car washes that are always there. There were a few car wash companies that were there this year. So it seems like maybe car washes are a little bit bigger in 2026. I know there's a lot of them that keep going up around me. So I don't know why there's so many of them, but there's a lot.
There's always a line. Can't have a line.
Yeah, exactly. If you watch Breaking Bad, you understand that the car washes, it's money laundering.
Yeah.
That's why they bought a car wash.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you had a great time at AD. I know you got a lot of interviews and stuff like that we should be able to start seeing in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll start to get that stuff out there in the next couple days. Actually, we'll start to have some of those things out there with some cool companies that we talked to, and some more footage from Update Promises event that was after NADA at F1 in Las Vegas. Which I'll tell you, Jared, I just thought it was a go-kart racing place. I didn't realize you were standing like in the pits of the actual F1 race that they do in Vegas. Really? Yeah, I had no. My son, who was there with me as doing the video, pointed it out to me, and I'm like, "You're kidding me!" And then I look, and like where the go-kart thing is, you can see where they've painted on the ground and stuff, the lines and all the pit garages and things. I'm like, "Oh, this is cool." Made it way cooler.
Wow. So good deal. Well, good to get caught up on NADA. I know it's a big rush and stuff, and now back to the reality part of it.
Exactly.
But I'm excited because we got a couple of guests that's going to be coming up joining the show, and the next one that we're going to be interviewing here shortly. Actually, maybe our next recording should be him. He's wanting to be the #1 General Motors mobile service in the country. So that's his goal. That's what he told me. So I'm excited to have him on there. We got a couple other guys that's starting to pop their head out. So it's going to be it's going to be an interesting year in mobile service.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Big growth year for mobile service.
Yep. And
right.
then our friend Nolan, he's got his new dealership up and running. And
yeah.
He's a hammer in mobile service. And and I probably shouldn't have called him out on our last show that we had with him. But,
he's coming for you.
Yeah, I think I just put a big old target on my back, but
I think you did.
Competition.
Yeah. The that video up on YouTube, somebody that knows him commented and asked if he was still involved with this fleet account and that fleet account and a bunch of other things. So I don't know if he's actually seen that comment. He hasn't responded yet, but
I need to jump on those comments. I need to find those comments so I can snag those customers out from under them. So
there you go. Yeah. Jeremy's expanding his territory north. Oh, good stuff. All right. Well, this was fun. And before we go, we'll say thank you again to Spiffy. Mobile service, all your mobile service needs, built by operators for operators. Spiffy designed from the ground up to solve your real world challenges of mobile service, from limited base space to operational complexity. And you can always find out more at getspiffy.com. Thank them for bringing you Mobile Service Monday every single Monday. Jeremy, everybody's going to see us next Monday at 4 p.m.
Sounds good. See y'all then.